What's up, guys? Today we got the Helix in the shop. It's all stripped down. There's not much going on with it right now. It's looking pretty junk. So I'm gonna clean it up, make it look real good. I'm gonna take apart the suspension, get that cleaned up. I'm gonna degrease the engine because it's super gunky. We're gonna clean up all the metal and hopefully make it look pretty cool. So let's go. Wade, our production director and filmer and editor, is back in the building. And Brock Summers is eating lunch. We're gonna finish cleaning the Helix now. Okay, so now we gotta hose off the scooter. We gotta get this out of the shop so we can move it. Okay, I guess I'm gonna push this myself.
I'll try.
It's super light. This is literally.
Do you think you got it? Look at Ben do it all by himself.
Can you brake? Don't need it. Yeah, we'll put it there for now.
I don't think there's brakes.
Yeah. Oh, you do. So I checked out the suspension and I was like, oh, let me move it. Does it still move?
Yes, it does. So basically, it looks like this. We have to spray off the degreaser. So, gonna have to do that. And then, we had the kickstand up because the suspension doesn't work. So we took it out. So greasy as hell. I don't think this has ever been smooth lighter bit. I say once we clean this, we're gonna go to the gas station and get something to drink because I'm thirsty.
Yep.
Stuff to clean it.
Because the cable. Okay, so we got the engine cleaned up. So now we're gonna remove the harness and all of the coolant lines, all the brake lines, and the throttle cable, stuff like that, so we can get this ready to paint. Let's get to work. So we've cleaned up our ball bearings for the forks, and I've got a little tube of Lucas red and tacky grease. I'm gonna clean this old grease first. Take the grease. Go ahead and bring the forks back in. Okay, we're gonna take some grease, get the bearings greased up. And I'm just going to start setting the bearings in place. Nope. We'll need to carefully lower this down so that the bearings all seat. Okay, go ahead and bring it down. That's good. Alright, now over to the top. Now then, we're just going to set the rest of the bearings up top. Grease in. So we've got the forks pulled up into the neck and threading the capture nut here. I don't have a spanner for that, so I'm just going to carefully use a pair of channel locks just to snug it up. I'm gonna order the right tool to do this. We'll slide the triple tree on, throw these bolts in here. We're just gonna snug these up just so we can do our fender. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw the center nut on.
Okay, so we got the front forks back on. I've got a wrecked 2000 Road Glide, and so what we've decided to do with this is make it a Harlix and put some Harley parts on it. And so we're gonna chop up this rear fender and the front fender from the Road King and use them on our Helix. The idea is basically to cut the bulk of this fender off, just use the back side. We're gonna remove this stuff. What we're gonna do is cut this about here. It's gonna be our starting cut point. Get a quick mark, and then I'll clean it up from there once I get it to where I can fit it on the bike itself. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut this off real quick. So while Ben is putting a new blade on our bandsaw, I'll show you our fab area real quick. So this is our main fab area. This is our welding table. This is our our metal and wood cutting bandsaw. We've got a metal fab area for hammer and dollies and all that stuff. We've got a sheet metal brake from Woodward Fab, and we've got a really nice shear that is currently covered up with some upholstery materials. You've got a bandsaw. You want to fold it up just like that. That's gonna look awesome. It's gonna look sweet. So now, probably go ahead and take this off because I don't think it's gonna look good. Thing. Let's see, we'll have a bracket. Maybe come off here with the bracket. Bracket just straight. Let's see, this rear one is gonna go like this. Right there. I think that's about right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna clamp these, drill the fender. These will get nuts welded on the back side so that we can bolt this from, this will be hidden on the inside, but we're gonna have an attachment bar that'll triangulate this, give us a good positive mounting. I'm gonna throw this bolt on here, then go ahead and set this place. I need to open that up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this old speaker grill as a template because I need to curve this. So when I first cut this, it was a little crooked. So I'm gonna use the tail light opening just to square this up, and I'm coming up to 15.5. Pull it in. We'll go in about a ½ inch from that line. Then I'm gonna just kind of eyeball it and draw this by hand. I'm digging what we've got going on right now. We got this sweet Road King fender in the back. I got a Road King fender for the front. And we even are going to try to repurpose this Harley seat. And we'll have to do something here. But I've got some ideas on what we can do up front. So, on the fender, we've got the placement right, but this bracket needs to Z over a little bit. So before we make the other side brackets, I'm gonna take this fender off and Z this bracket a little bit. And why don't you take the bumper or the fender and drill out those two holes so that we can get everything dialed in. Needs to move 1/4 of an inch over. Then I'm just gonna come up an inch. And then I'm gonna come up another inch. Make the Z. That'll work. There we go. That's better. So we got our holes drilled here. All over the case at this holes at 7. We got our brackets. This one we're gonna have to Z, but I gotta get it in the exact position. We'll mark this here. And we'll Z it here. And that's about a 3/8 of an inch. So mark 3/8 right here. Alright, we'll Z this back. Yep. So now all I need to do is I'll need to make a bracket. Just to tie these all together, I'll make another strip that ties here to here, and then the same on the other side. I think that's gonna look really good. I got the rear fender. Now I'm gonna get started on this front fender. Hopefully I can get that knocked out today. This fender has seen better days, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna come here with the flat section here. We're gonna make that just the top, and we're just gonna basically to come back here. We're just gonna cut straight up like this, and we will probably trim some of this off as well. But let's see. I do believe that it'll fit lengthwise. It might not. I might have to section this down the center. Just bring it back. So what I'm just gonna cut this vertically right here across the whole thing, and then I'll split the whole fender. Let's go do that. So that's where we're gonna start at. See what this looks like.
So, Jefferson Bryant is a fab guy, but more of a fabulous guy instead of a fabrication guy. So that's why you can see his luscious locks that he no longer has, or his flamboyant style that he also carries with him, like the jorts or Dickies work pants, work shorts.
It's too far back, huh? I'm gonna have to take that.
Yeah, you have to cut some more off.
Cut some more off, definitely. Alright. I'm gonna cut straight up here. I mean, you could easily, I mean, that it can't be in that far. It's gotta be, it needs to be, it does need to be down here.
You could just remove this and
Here.
just affix it to there.
Put your, how hard is it to get to the brake though?
Can you hold your heel on
Here,
the
hold on,
brake?
hold on.
Could you
Wait,
hold your heel on that?
Here, hold on.
It would have to sit like this.
Yeah, well, remember I said we can make another bracket. We can just use this.
Well, no, I'm saying this hinge. You have to find a way to lock it.
Right. But then we
Unless
can,
you're something like that.
well, what we do, so this is what works?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we do is we take this, we cut this off, and we make our plate that we need, and then all we have to really do is weld a tab here, and we can lock that down so it can't go down any further. That's pretty easy. I think if you take this cover off, you can get to the bolts that hold this in, and maybe we can flip it upside down so that we could use this piece of bracket, but it'll be like this, and then we can flip it up. Good. What I would do though, let me try, hold on, watch out. Okay, get back down there. Raise them up a little bit. Nah, bring them down. Yeah, so right at, basically right on that, right on the frame, exactly where it's at. I think that's perfect. See, that's awful far out, Ben. They would need to be about that. So basically you cut one of these, you cut two of these in half, and there you go. And it's gonna be spaced out just right. Just enough for us to throw a tack, to fit it, to drill it, run the bolts through, tack it, pull the bolt out, and then we finish welding it. And that works. We're gonna have to have some spacers, or some space. Well, if you do,
I was thinking of throwing a nut right there. That's what.
Actually, you know what? You could throw a nut in here, and then you can just have a bolt go here and a bolt go here, and it'll come out easy. You don't have to have a giant bolt. That works. That actually works really good. Okay, I think we got a plan. So I've got our peg here. That's what we're gonna weld to the frame. This pencil fits perfectly through the hole, so I can get it marked exactly where we want it. Just gonna chuck each one up, drill it, pre-drilling it with an 1/8 inch hole. Okay, so this is the front passenger. Just go here off. Perfect, then we can just tack this, pull it out, and we'll weld it all up. Right there, right there, right there. So it'll be like right here. Just get roughly that area. I'm gonna go make the other one. This is our running board. We've got these standoffs that we made, and they're bolted in. We're gonna tack weld the nut to the standoff so we can bolt them in from the front, and then we're going to pull these out and I'll fully weld them, then we'll put them back together, and then we'll weld this assembly to the bike, and we can pull these bolts off and remove the footboards. Jesus. So we've got our running boards welded up. We're getting ready to weld our brace or our mounts to the frame. We've got our frame cleaned up a little bit. I need to get it level, and I can't take this pad completely off.
Right there. Wait. Move it down in the back. Right there.
Hold on, let me tack this front one.
Right on. Perfect.
Great. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and weld this all the way around. Once I get both sides done, before we finish it up, we'll lay the bike over and I'll weld the bottom side of it, but we've got all three sides. We got three sides welded up. We need to clean up the welds and we'll be good to go. Perfect. Those welds came out way better than the other ones. Focus on those welds. All right, moment of truth. Oh, that is freaking cool. That really works.
That's on there.
That is perfect. That is excellent. What? Dude, that's genuinely comfortable. Got that relaxed position from this seat here. Seat is super comfortable. Handlebars are comfortable. The floorboards are perfect. All right, guys, we've got the rear fender installed, we've got the seat mounted, and we installed our custom Harley Davidson running boards. Join us next time where we do the front fender, the fairing, and we're gonna get this thing running. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Let's make magic.